Hey everyone! Today we have an emergency issue of Show Me the Money. Subtitle, Where Has It All Disappeared? I won't do balance spoilers this time, unless you're very much aware of the Moontrader screen layout and can spot it immediately. But let's take it step by step. Here are the reports since last time. And they're not so pretty. I'm down 1.7 USDT, but it's not super awful. When combined with the previous update where I was plus 1.5, I should be back at 202 again. That would have been okay. It would just mean that the algos are ineffectual and they keep hovering around zero while I'm paying fees to Binance. Binance, by the way, should be happy with my trading style. However, there always seems to be a however. However, you do know that Moontrader is integrated with Telegram, and it sends messages when a position is opened and closed with the name of the corresponding algorithm and some basic info. It also sends out hourly and daily reports if you choose to do so. Well, imagine me waking up to this message. Apparently, I have bought a lot of stuff, and I have no idea when I've sold it, but I did a very poor job at that. Neither do I have any idea what algorithm is at fault here. Balance check was called at minus 15 USDT the very same second that the positions were opened. The first clue to what may have happened can be found in the amount itself. I'm guessing it's because of this one, the second data stop there I have, which is based on unrealized P&L. So as soon as the total unrealized P&L of all open positions equals minus 15 or below, the core panic closes all positions at market and stops all algos. Even though I do not have any actual proof in the reports, that is what I went with as my first guess. The best place to look for confirmation would be, of course, the balance, and I guess it never lies. Yes, I am at 188. Pretty much 15 USDT down from where I was and from where I have expected to be, based on only the reports. Well, what in the world happened? And what can be done about it? Firstly, I guess nothing can be done about it. About the balance, I mean. It's gone. I have to deal with what I've got left. Secondly, the freebies that I gave Binance should make them like my trading style even more. Thirdly, the only place, except Telegram, where there could be any info about the whole thing is the core logs. I had to extract them from my virtual server rather quickly before they got purged. This is so far more or less uncharted territory for me, so it took a long while to start figuring out at least something. I fought with this log more than a couple of evenings to try and figure out some patterns in the entries. There are probably better ways of doing this, but I just dumped the whole 130 megabyte file into a spreadsheet and tried to at least somewhat parse it. I am no programmer, nor am I a developer, so this is quite tough to sift through at first. As you can see, the strings are not equally parsable, and they don't have exactly the same structure, but I focused on the strings that describe order placement, order movement, and fulfillment. They have a similar structure. Just ignore the column headings here, they are left over from my very first attempt at this, but later I figured out that most of them would contain other types of data which I cannot find a good umbrella term for. Describing the huge number of hours that I spent sorting through the log and how I arrived at certain ways to filter it and certain conclusions is probably best left out of the scope of this video. I'll just do a few highlights of the process and some results. Well, first, based on the timing of my Telegram message, I went to the part of the log where the whole thing happened. It's 23:46:41. Again, based on the Telegram message, I can see that there is a total of 5 orders that have been opened: Combo, APE, XRP, MAV, and Dodge. And here they all are. As you can see, these are all market orders, which tells us that it is not something that the algorithm did, since it is designed to place limit orders, while market orders are reserved for stop losses in my particular setup at least. Therefore, we may conclude that the positions have been opened somewhere previously under limit orders. Then, in one single second, the market orders were placed. My guess is that at this point, the total unrealized P&L of these positions went below -15, and my auto-stop filter panic closed everything. Interestingly, prior to this whole debacle, the most recent algorithm-based action was at 20:38:48, as far as I can tell from the log. So there is a 3-hour gap. If I were to filter out only the log lines that have to do with algorithms and orders, we would see that, in fact, nothing at all happened during this gap, neither real trades nor emulated trades. Also, interestingly, I found a message that my saver algorithm was stopped a few minutes prior to that, at 20:32:26. I have not been able so far to find the cause for this, and my guess is that the main algos also stopped somewhere around that time, and it took a few minutes for them to tie up any loose ends. Going back to these glitchy trades in question, prior to each of them, there is a strange message that says, "Could not estimate order value in USDT for whatever coin." And for each of the 5 pairs, we have the exact same message. I haven't been able to find anything like this message in normal trades, so this is definitely not right. This is not normal behavior. Immediately after that, the market order was placed, followed by partially or fully filling it. Then a message was triggered into my Telegram, here they are, and the final statement that the order is fully filled. I tried to find the initial order that led to the opening of the position based on the example of APE/USDT, but I was unable to. I traced all the real orders from opening to their cancellation or to their filling based on the so-called CID, whatever that is. See here, I've highlighted them in pairs in different colors. But I wasn't able to find anything with the same CID equal to those market orders that lost me so much money. Neither could I find any other filled limit order that was not either canceled or filled. Also, just some minutes before the last algorithm action, I saw some peculiar messages about 20 different times. It was about an SSL error, which, from what I understand, is a protocol for secure data exchange, and Binance has been sending empty responses, or not sending them at all, so the core could not react. This made me think of searching for latency in the log. And guess what I found? A dozen seconds after these error messages, there is a latency check that shows a staggering 150,000 millisecond latency. That is equal to over 2.5 minutes. No wonder I had so many unresponsive open positions. That is an absurd amount of latency. Old school traders on the floor of the exchange without computers have quicker reactions than that. So this led me back to investigating whatever reports I do have around that period of time and check how long the positions were open for before closing. And again, these times are absurdly huge. That's a whole other thing to investigate these, what they mean and how to deal with them in the future. So in the end, apparently there is nothing I could have done, except maybe sitting there at the terminal and watching out for open positions. And even then, I don't know for a fact that they would have shown up in this respective screen. Too many things went wrong all at the same time. So, what have we learned today? We learned that sometimes you lose money through no fault of your own. I was in no control of this. Secondly, looking at logs can help you find out what happened even if you don't have any information in the terminal. Even though it hasn't pointed me to any particular solution, I can rest assured that at least I have some idea of what happened. And thirdly, these huge open position times are not normal and they have to be investigated, probably in the next video or the one after. So I'll keep on plowing through and see you next time.